So in this today's class we are going to discuss about gated SR latch, or we also call it as SR latch with enable input. Now what is this enable input and how this SR latch is going to work when we connect this enable input uh, to this SR latch? That is what we are going to discuss in today's class. Okay, so basically if we revise, this is what we have our SR latch. This is what we have discussed in our previous class. Okay, this is an SR latch, and if you look into the truth table of a SR latch that we have discussed in the previous class, we had two inputs. We had S bar, we had R bar, and when we have the Q input. Okay, so whenever we had this input as 0 0, the state was undefined. Okay, so when we went to 0 1, the input was, we could say it as a reset. Okay, we call it as reset, Q and Q plus. Okay, or we call it as Q bar. And when the input was 1 and 0, that is when S bar was 1 and R bar was 0, we call that state as a set state where Q was 0 and Q bar was 1. And with the last input where S bar and R bar are 1 1, we had a previous state, okay, or an undefined state. Okay, so this was we discussed in our previous session. Now let us start discussing on the next state of your uh, SR latch, that is your gated SR latch. Now the SR latch that we discussed was asynchronous. Asynchronous means what? That whenever I give an input to the S, whenever an input to the S was given, automatically the value of Q and Q bar used to change. Okay, suppose it was 0 0, or when it was the state was 0 1, the state of the output of Q and Q bar used to change immediately, where Q was set to 1 and Q bar was set to 0, or when it was 1 and 0, Q was set to 0 and Q bar was set to 1. So whenever the inputs were applied, okay, the output used to change immediately. That is called as asynchronous. Now with the application of your uh, gate, okay, or with an enable input, we are going to synchronize this input with the output along with the clock pulse that we are going to apply. So what is this gated SR latch, and how the system is going to behave, that is what we are going to see. So here what we are going to do is, students, you can see we have applied uh, this is what we have applied a gate to the input of SR latch. Okay, so this is an additional input that we have given. So we have an input called as E, which we call it as an enable input. So we call it as a clock also. Sometimes we call it as a clock also. Okay, so this controls the entire operation of the SR latch. Okay, by providing the value of E to 0, or by providing a value as 1, making E is equal to 0 or E is equal to 1, this circuit is going to perform the necessary operation. So let us see the logic symbol of this SR latch using enable input. Okay, so this is what we have, gated SR latch logic symbol. We have the two inputs S and R, and one more input, that is the third input. We call it as a enable input, or we call also it as a clock input also. So based on this input, the entire gated SR latch is going to perform, and the output will completely dependent on what the enable input is going to be. Okay, so in the truth table also we can see there is, apart from the S and R input that we had already seen in your SR latch, okay, we have additional input that is coming. We call it as an enable input. In some of the textbook you can find, instead of enable, we find it as a clock. So both are one and the same. clock or enable, both are one and the same. So this input is an additional input along with the SR input that will be providing in functioning of the gated SR latch. Okay, so let us try to understand the working of this gated SR latch flip flop. So for this, let us start with the case 1. Okay, so initially what I do is I keep enable input as 0. So I provide enable input as 0. Now what is happening when enable input is 0? I give S as 0 and R as 0. Okay, S input as 0, R input as 0. So here you can see the other input that is coming to the NAND gate is also 0 because I have made enable input as 0. Now we should know what exactly the NAND gates perform. Okay, so here we have the truth table for NAND gate. So you can see here when both or either of the input to the NAND gate is 0. When both or either of the input to the NAND gate is 0, you can see the output is going to be high. This is what the NAND gate performs. What is that? When both or either of the input when we are giving to the NAND gate are low. Okay, when both A and B are low or either A or B are low, the output of the NAND gate is going to be high only. And when both the inputs to the NAND gate are high, the output is going to be low. So this is what the functioning of a NAND gate is. Now here you can see when enable input is 0, and when the input that are coming from S and R also are 0 0, the output of NAND gate will be always high. The output of NAND gate will always be high. Now what I do is I change the input of S and R. Now I change the input of S and R. Now enable input is 0 only. I only change the input of S and R. I make S as 1 and R as 0. I make S as 1, R and 0. Now here also you can see as the one of the input coming to this NAND gate is 0. One of the input coming to this NAND gate is 0. The output of this NAND gate is again going to be 1 only. In the second, the lower NAND gate, you can see here as the inputs are still 0 0, the output is going to be 1 only. Okay, now once again I change the input of this S and I change the input of this R. Now here I make S as 0 and R as 1. Now still you can see the output of this NAND gate is 1 only. That is, the output of this NAND gate is 1 only. So and when we give this high input to this S bar and R bar latch, when we give this high input to this S bar and R bar latch, what does it say? Let me draw the truth table of this S bar and R bar latch. Okay, then we have the Q and Q bar. Okay, or the state we call it as. So when it is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. Now what is the state? Here it is undefined. Okay, undefined. When it is 0 0, it is undefined. This is an undefined state. When it is 0 1, it is 1 0. We call it as a reset state. We call it as a reset state. When it is 1 0, it is 0 1. It is 0 1. We call it as a set state. We call it as a set state. And when it is 1 1, we call it as a previous state. We call it as a previous state. So whenever we are changing the value of S and R, keeping the enable input as 0, irrespective of whatever the values of S and R be, whether it is 0 0, 0 1, okay, or 1 0, the output of the NAND gate is going to be high. So for this SR latch, we are always getting a high input because the enable input is 0. So because of that, what is happening? The state of Q and Q bar will be in the previous state only. The state of the Q and Q bar will be in the previous state. So whatever state that the Q and Q bar are holding, okay, the same state they are going to be. So that is what we are going to show here. In the truth table you can see, okay, when enable input is 0, I have represent the term S and R as X. Why X? Because here you can see, students, irrespective of whatever the value the S and R are holding, whatever the value the X and R are holding, the value of S may be 1 or 0, the value of R may be 1 or 0. I represent those input as X. The output of the NAND gate is going to be high only. So here what I say, that whenever the input enable input is 0, whatever the input that I give to S and R, like 0 0 0 1 or 1 0, the output is not going to change. They are going to remain in the same state only, that is Q naught and Q naught bar, that is there is a no change in the state. Okay, now what I do is I change the input. What I do is I am going to change the input, that is I am going to make the enable input as 1. So now when I make enable input as 1, what will happen? Enable input is 1, the S input is 0 and R input is 0. So enable input is 1, okay, the S input is 0 and R input is 0. Now here what happens? As again we know the NAND gate, when either of the input is 0, okay, the output is going to be high. Now what is happening? The output state of both the NAND gates is going to be high. So a high is going to the input of the SR latch, and again we retain the previous state. So when enable input is high and when both S and R are 0 0, there is no change in the state of the latch. Okay, there is no change in the state of the latch. So it remains in the same state. Okay, Q and Q bar remains in the same state. Now what I do? So the previous state of the SR latch is retained. Now I change the input. What I do is, now as enable input is 1, I make S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1. I am going to make S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1. So what is happening? When I make S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, the upper NAND gate will have the high output, whereas the lower NAND gate, what it is going to have? The lower NAND gate will produce a low output. The lower NAND gate will produce a low output. So what will happen here? So S bar is 1 and R bar is going to be 0. So S bar is 1 and R bar is going to have an input 0. So see here, when S bar is 1, okay, when S bar is 1 and R bar is 0, so S bar is 1 and R bar is 0, we are going to set, okay, the flip flop. So the flip flop is in the set state. So here you can see, okay, when S bar is 1 and R bar is 0, here when enable input is 1, S is 1 and R is 0, the output what we have is Q is 1 and Q bar is going to be 0. Q is 1 and Q bar is going to be 0, and that state we call it as a set state, okay. Now the next input that we are going to give is S is equal to 1 and R equal to 0. S is equal to 1 and R equal to 0. At that time what will happen? The upper NAND gate is going to have a 0 and the lower NAND gate is going to have a high. The lower NAND gate is going to have. So the inputs that will be coming to the S bar and R bar is, here it will be 0 and here it will be 1. So when S is 0 and R is 1. So when S is 0 and R is 1, what is going to be? When S is 0 and R is going to be 1, when enable input is high, at that time the Q is going to be 0 and Q bar is going to be 1, and that state we call it as a reset state, and that state we call it as a reset state. Okay, so fine, this is another case. Now what I do is I make both S as 1 and R as 1. I make S as 1 and R as 1. When I make both S as 1 and R as 1, what is going to happen? The output of both the NAND gate is going to be low. The output of both the NAND gate is going to be low. The same low output is fed as an input to the SR latch. Okay, so when we give the input 0 0 to the SR latch, we know what is the state it is going to be. When both input are 1 1 and enable input is 1, what will happen? We call it as an invalid state or an undefined state. We call it as an undefined state. So here you can see that the function table, okay, the function table what we have is exactly same as the SR latch what we have already discussed. The function table what we have obtained is exactly the same as that of a SR latch that we have obtained, and this is how students, the gated SR latch with enable input is going to perform. Okay, so here the only difference that you find in this particular circuit is that we have added another extra circuit to this particular SR latch, and that circuit we call it as a enable input, or we call it as a gate. Okay, or we call it as a gated. So because of this, what is happening? The input whatever we give is in synchronous, the output is in synchronous with the input. Okay, and we are controlling the output. Okay, here what is happening? Based on the value that I am providing with E, whether it is 0 or 1, according to that your circuit is going to perform the necessary operation. So this is how we understand the working of a gated SR latch flip-flop. Okay, so in some circuits you can find, instead of E we can find it as a clock. So on every clock pulse, whether it is a high or whether it is a low, okay, 1 or 0, based on that the NAND gate are going to perform the necessary operation, and the output of those NAND gate is fed as an input to the SR latch, where the SR latch performs according to the truth table what we have discussed earlier. So this is all about your gated SR latch with, or SR latch with enable input. Okay, so once again explain you. Okay, so case 1 will be, initially enable input will be 0, S and R both input will be 0 0. So whenever we give an enable input 0, okay, the output of the NAND gate, both the NAND gates will be high. So if you look into the truth table of the SR latch that we have discussed, the output will be no change. That is, we are going to retain the previous state. So here the input value of S and R will not make any difference with the change in the output. This is one thing. In case 2, what we are going to discuss is, in case 2, when enable input is made high and S and R are 0 0, at that time the NAND gate output will be 1. The NAND gate output will be 1. So both the NAND gates are going to produce a high output. So here S bar and R bar will receive a high, and again we remain in the previous state only. In case 3, when enable input is high, S input is given 0 and R input is given 1. The lower NAND gate will produce a 0, whereas an upper NAND gate will produce a high output. That is, S bar will be receiving a high input and R bar will be receiving a low input. And that state we call it as a reset state. In the fourth case, when enable input is 1, S is equal to 1 and R equal to 0, at that time the upper AND gate output is going to be low and the lower NAND gate output is going to be high. That is, S bar will be 0 and The output what we have is following the input. The output is following the input. And that's what we call it as a data latch. Here when D is 0, the output Q is 0. When D is 1, the output Q is 1. So as the output is following the input, we call it as a D latch or a data